What's going on, guys? I'm going to show you how I'm going to win this mix contest. Warren Hart just put out this mix contest, doing 3 days. I haven't started it yet. Started today. Hopefully get some drum mixing done. I tried to download the zip file before. Metal mix. Type in mix contest. There it is. I know I signed up before. Oh wow, here's the gear list. Oic Sound Soothe, I already have that. I don't have Spiff. Submission Audio, not familiar with them. Sound Theory. And Eva, I don't know what that is. Interesting. Oh, I've seen these. I think they gain stage like automatically for you. I've seen these. Download the tracks, mix or remix the song, complete the submission before Friday. Today's Tuesday, so I have 3 days: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Upload to YouTube, SoundCloud, another streaming platform. Submit your MP3 along with your streaming track. All right, cool. Let's get the multi tracks. Oh, it's not letting me download them. It's not good. That's not good. It's not working. Whew, this is bad. Dead to the world. Well, let's see if I downloaded it before. There's a download. Nope, it's not it. Is that it? I can't get these tracks. I can't do this contest. Dead to the world. I don't have it. That works. This one doesn't. World. Multi-tracks. It's right there. I'm already in. I already have a... There we go. That's me. So I'm not in my regular studio today. I'm at the girlfriend's house on my laptop with a pair of Bayer Dynamics, which are actually pretty decent for mixing. Just got them, never used headphones ever for mixing, and I really like these. So you can mix anywhere. I'm on a MacBook Pro right now, mixing on a set of headphones. Alright, so I'm in Rate My Mix. I guess I gotta log in. Find me in. Here it is. Download the multi-tracks. Finally. Yeah, it doesn't work. It's not letting me down. Oh, here it is. Colin Childs music though. It's required to get marketing emails. Okay. I don't even know how to put this on here.
It's really funny.
Hold on, my phone's gonna die. I have 1%. What if I don't see it? Is it that bad?
Oh my god, it's so
funny.
funny.
You show it to me.
Can I just show you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. First off, this one's my favorite.
Dude, this isn't even plugged in.
I know, that's why I said give you this one.
Just plug my phone in over there. Yeah, because I need the internet right now.
Okay, this is the first one.
I just sent this to you today.
Did you?
I just sent you this exact video
I
today.
didn't watch it.
You never watch anything I send you.
I just
I know, it's really funny. The last one was really good.
Yeah, I
Is that why you're laughing, the last one?
know. No, wait. Wait, this one.
I sent this to you too. I know, they have the elf. I know, they're freaking out. Dude, I sent you all of these. You can't what?
Can't fly anymore. Because the rule about the elf on the shelf, if you touch it, it loses its magic. Like, it loses magic, cannot go back. And if you pick up the elf, and the kid picked it up, and everyone started. Very good.
I'm back. Don't judge the hair. Been wearing a hat all day. Just went for a walk outside. Working all day. Crazy thing happened yesterday. I guess I fell asleep and we didn't get to mix anything. Actually, I had to read. I'm doing the 75 hard, so you have to work out twice a day, every day. 45 minutes minimum each workout. One of the workouts has to be outside. So I had to go for a walk. I also had to read 10 pages of a self-improvement book, nonfiction. Gary Vee's book, Crushing It. Awesome book for anybody that's looking into market themselves, make a name for themselves, figure out how to be known in the world of digital media, pretty much using social media. Just build their personal brand is how he kind of names it. Oh, hi. You want to go outside? Let's get back to it. Where's my hat? I should be wearing my hat until I'm ready to put the headphones on. All right, we're going to throw the headphones on. Again, these are the Bayer Dynamics of the DT 1990s. Right there. Open back headphones. Bayer Dynamic is pretty reputable and most known for creating mixing and mastering headphones. These are reference headphones, not traditional studio headphones, not traditional closed back headphones. They're open back, so they're not what you would call sound canceling headphones. You can hear outside of them a little bit, so it's not like a studio headphone per se. And I wouldn't use it in a recording session. but I would use it if you're at home, if you're on a laptop, and you need something to reference your music with. And I've literally done that with Beats, Apple headphones. You can do it with anything. You can do it off laptop speakers. You can do it with a very small set of monitors. I wouldn't recommend using all those. I would obviously recommend a decent monitor setup and perhaps a sub, depending on the size of the room, and then calibrating those and making sure everything is set up and you have a little bit of acoustic treatment. But it's very possible to get some decent mixes using really cheap headphones. I've done it before, years ago. So let's dive into it. As you can see, I have quite a few projects that I work on all the time. I'm just going to start a new session and grab one of my presets. We'll go with new mix project. And the name of the song is Something Dead Something, right? Dead of the World Stems. So that's what we're going to name it. World Contest. All right, now I don't really know what the files are, but for now we're going to go 24-bit 48K. If I had my interface hooked up, obviously I could go all the way up to 192, and I could do a 32-bit float. I might be able to do 64, not sure, but I'm usually almost always at 24. If you go 32, it's actually really good for mixing. You can hear a little bit more depth, a little bit more detail in the mix, and I actually kind of recommend doing that a lot of the time. But most of the time, especially for time being right now, I'm going to keep it in 24. There's only 19 items in here. You got to be kidding me. This is going to be so easy. Not going to lie to you, this is going to be easy. Not easy, but it's simplistic in the fact that there's only 19 stems to work with. So we're going to be pretty all right. I wish there was BPM on this. For now, we're not going to worry about it. If we do have to cut up and do, actually, we might be adding delay and stuff. It does help to know the BPM. We'll do a quick Google search real quick. Wait a minute. Win studio gear in our $70,000 death metal remix contest? This is a remix contest. Oh, it's mix/remix. January 13th, that's tomorrow. At 11:59. Okay, good. What's the BPM? Okay, yeah, we'll just figure it out. And I'm gonna be real with you, I've never listened to the song. I'm not even gonna watch this video. If you guys want to watch it, you can find it right here on Produce Like a Pro. Let's figure out, well, first let's listen to it. Hey, listen. Pretty sick. First thing I'm gonna do is take all the drums. We got 3 toms, snare, room, right, room, left, overhead, right, left, 2 kick mics, 3 kick mics, perfect. Hats, I think that's it. Oh, so simple, love it. I take all of those and I just color code them. That's it. They're already all together, so we're good. These guitars, guitar 1, guitar 2. My guitars I usually do green. My bass I usually do purple. Oh, it's such a simple recording. We can definitely get through it. We could do this all in one night. This is going to be sick. And then my vocals I do in pink. So we're good. All we're going to work on are the drums right now. My process for drums is pretty straightforward. With this mix template that I have, the only thing that I have is stuff on the master bus. That's it. So I have an SSL comp, which I might swap out for some sort of Slate plugin later. But I want to add a little bit of compression. I dropped the makeup on it just to keep levels down for headroom for mastering purposes. Pultec style EQ. This is from Waves. I know there's some better ones. Apogee makes some that are cool. These you could drop down if you really wanted to. You can change the attenuation selection. Bandwidth should be up here. But I add a little bit of low end depth, around 30 hertz. So boost and attenuation gives it a cool vibe. And I do use the Slate Digital tape emulation machine here. I've been flipping this to the FG456. Actually gives it a little bit more bottom end. So I'm going to mix it as is. Probably halfway through I might flip this and then continue. So that's what I like doing. So I always start with a good kick, just fundamental kick, fundamental snare sound. Let's check these out. DTTW. Oh, that's the name of the band. Okay. Dead to the World. So let's check out the kick tracks and we'll name them accordingly because it just says kick D4. Okay, that's the mic 1, mic 2. So let's check it out. So that one sounds like a sample. It's one of the mics. All right. That's an out mic. That's an in mic. I think. Yeah, because there's more sub in this. So this would be kick out. This would be kick in. And we'll start with those and then we'll splice the sample in. I always go with the real recordings first, try to dial in my tone, and then I'm going to splice the samples in. So pretty simple. Honestly, guys, the least amount of processing you do, the better your result's probably going to be. So just do simple stuff. Remove things that don't sound good. You could do whatever you want. You can crank the EQ all the way up. You can add so much distortion. You can completely change the transient. There's literally no rules. Go for the sound that sounds good. As long as your reference system is actually portraying what it really is going to sound like, it'll sound good on any device, your phone, in your car, other people's headphones, on a PA system. That's the most important thing, your reference system. And I really do like these headphones because I feel like I'm getting a true reference when I'm using them. So let's jump into it. Kick in. This sucks. I'm getting like a lot of boxy body feel, which is cool. But this one I'm trying to get the click out of the kick drum. So with your kick in mic, you always want the click. Same thing with the sample. A sample can provide a lot of click for you and a lot of consistency. But I don't want the drums to sound robotic, so I need to get my click from the kick in. So I'm just going to throw on a simple EQ. We're just going to listen to it and I'm going to clean it up. That's all. Alright, so I want to add compression and get a little bit higher, but my fear is that it's going to pick up all the bleed. So I need to do some sort of expander. Or I don't want to gate it out because I like having some of that bleed in there. It adds a little bit of cohesiveness to the mix. So I'm actually going to try the virtual mix rack. Really cool plugin that Slate makes. It's been around for a while. They actually just upgraded it. They added some cool things to it. So I'm going to get rid of pretty much everything. I should have left that distressor in there. They added a new thing in the dynamics. It's like a de-esser. Almost like a DBX emulator. Oh, here's the FG dynamics. This has an expander on it. So we're going to test this out. I'm going to leave this preamp on here. I really like this. Kind of flat. Let's throw a transient shaper in. We're actually going to throw it up top in our chain and see if that helps a little bit. Transient shaper by kilohertz. That's better. Of course, it raised our volume a little bit, but let's throw it up top. Get rid of these real quick. That helps. We'll throw the EQ down here. We'll throw that in last if we need it. Let me just use the virtual mix rack for now. Throw a little bit of compression in. kind of like that. Let's throw an EQ in there. And we're going to go with this, it's like an SSL emulator. Add a little bit of snap in there. It's probably going to be about 1.5. A little bit of high end, 7K. Oh, there's a lot of snare bleed in there. That might sound cool. Get rid of the sub. I don't even think we need this. I'm just going to take it out. It's not too bad. Okay. Alright, let's check this one out. So if they have a left kick drum and a right kick drum instead of a double bass pedal, that could be what this is, which is very possible. Let's double check. Figured it out. That's exactly what that is. All right. So, which is weird because sonically they sound different. So we gotta try to match them up as best as possible. So let's keep these here. In fact, I'm just gonna mute that. We're just gonna listen to this one. Let's see. You gotta think outside the box. And clearly I didn't. So let's transfer some of these over. It's a little on the high end side. We're gonna leave a little bit of sub in there. Now that I don't have a kick in and a kick out, I have a, this is actually probably, we're gonna say it's his right foot, so it's the right kick drum, or yeah, we'll see, left kick and right kick, which is a problem. Right kick. Doesn't sound special now, but it will. Trust the process. I don't mind if it clips. And then on top of it, we're going to add the distressor. Check that out. Yeah, it's way too much. Let me see what they have in their settings. I never use their settings, kind of just go for my own. Aggressive kick. Grab a limiter just to bring the level down, or they have a trimmer on here. Let's try that out. Where did it go? There it is. The trimmer in here will bring the level down. About 6 dB. Perfect. Now all I gotta do is take this and transfer it right there. Perfect. Now what you can do, which a lot of guys don't, but I actually might do this a little bit, is bring this over about, we'll go 10 to the left. That didn't work. try it again. And then I'll bring this over a little bit to the right. Cool. Yeah, we could go more. Because we have a sample, which is going to be right in the middle. So it'd be cool to get a little bit of stereo width on that. Since we have 2 kick drums anyway, the overheads are going to pick them up like that. So. Cool, I like it. All right, let's ignore those for now. Actually, let's keep them running. We're gonna kind of splice our sample in there. So let's rename this to kick sample. Ooh, there's only 1 snare, so we gotta get creative. I'm actually probably gonna duplicate the track. We'll duplicate that, we'll come back to it. We'll probably throw a sample in there. Snare sample. So let's check out the original snare. Transient shaper. Virtual mix rack. Punchy snare, parallel smash. Let's get a regular gate in there, drum gate. Let's check it out. Cool, kind of like it. Let's bring that trim down a little bit. Cool. Now we're going to throw a sample in. Or I should do 2 samples. We'll do a top sample and a bottom sample. I'm going to use a plugin called Steven Slate Trigger 2. Really simple for adding triggers. Let's get a save while we're at it, so we don't screw anything up. We go to the browser. I love GGD, especially the modern and massive pack. Here's some of their snares. We're going to go with the Ludwig Superphonic. So we'll just go snare top for now. It's really fat sound. We're going to have to tune it up though to match our other drum. Let's test this out. In fact, here, let's just listen to this one. We can listen to the original. We're actually pretty close. Right somewhere around there is pretty good. Transients are good. Sensitivity up a little bit. There's a couple of spots we missed. Roll it back. Sweet. Cool. Now we have a sample we can splice in there. Superphonic. Bottom. We set up a loop so we can hear it. This is one of my favorite plugins called the Faturator. It's going to add some drive and fuzz. You can play with the color a little bit. Cool. I like it. Alright, let's go for our snare sound. There's our original snare, and then we'll splice in our bottom snare. And now we will splice in our snare sample. You can always tweak the EQ on this if we have to. Let me see if changing the phase helps bring it out a little bit better. It definitely does. I'm going to drop this down, bring the volume up on this. Cool. Alright, let's check out our kick tracks. Sweet. So I'm going to take all of these and put these in a bus labeled kick/snare. Perfect. And I'll make that one red as well. Cool. Moving on. Can actually mute that. Or not. We're just going to solo out the room tracks. Or actually, no, we're going to go with overheads first. So overhead left, it's going to go to the left. Overhead right, it's going to go to the right. It's that simple. I'm going to take these and put these in a bus. OH. We're going to solo this out. Take a listen. So first thing I'm going to do is EQ. Pretty much need none of that low end. And you're going to see the room's going to pick up a lot of the low end from the cymbals and the whole kit as a whole. So when we're using overheads, we're pretty much getting more of an overhead sound of the drum skins itself, a little bit of the kick, and mostly cymbals. So you definitely don't need low end. Everything else, our close mics, our room mics, everything's getting all that low end. If you keep allowing all this low end to come through the mix, it's going to get real muddy real quick. So we're taking all the low end out of this. Don't need it. Cool. I'm going to throw in an LA2A type compressor. So we're going to use the CLA2A stereo. We're going to do something a little different. I'm going to copy and paste a setting that I like, and I'm going to set it up into dual mono, which means instead of using a stereo limiting setting, I'm going to do two different units, one in the left channel, one in the right channel. What that does is it separates the limiting or the compression in the mix. So if you have a really loud crash on one side, it's not going to squash your hi-hat or your ride. It's playing on the other side. They're going to be separate. So that's why we want to do this in dual mono, especially for overheads. So let's go for a setting. I'm only gonna take a little bit off. I'm gonna keep it in the limiting setting. I'm gonna keep the analog setting off. Changed my mind, I'm actually gonna hit it pretty hard. So let's duplicate this. Bring it over here, it's the only way I know how to do it. Get rid of that. Within this plugin, there's a section up here. What I do is I do the splitter. So one goes on the left, one goes on the right. That's it. Now we're good. I can actually EQ this a little bit better too. A lot of presence in there I want to get rid of. Alright, I'm going to use a plugin from OEX Sound called Soothe 2. It's a resonance suppressor, so any bad frequencies that are resonating that are a little bit harsh, it's going to help bring those down using a little bit of saturation. Kind of smooths it out, hence the name Soothe. So any frequencies that I pull up here, these are the frequencies it's affecting. It's going to pull it down. You can adjust that. The depth, it can be soft suppression or hard suppression. You can make the frequencies it chooses to be sharp or less sharp. You can have it select more, select less. Choose your balance, whether it affects it in mono, left and right, however you want to do it. Release, attack. It's pretty cool. It's a really nice plugin actually. Cool. Little trick I use to make it sound extra wide, which is really cool. You can use any utility plugin inside of Studio One. I use a plugin called Mix Tool. I'm going to invert one of the channels, and it's going to give it that extra wide feel. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So that's it. Let's go with the toms real quick. For right now, we're not going to do any sampling. We're going to try to find a couple tom tracks here. In fact, kind of don't want any other mix in the toms other than when the toms come in. So to save time, instead of manually cutting them out, which is what you want to do, try to find where they're at here. I'm going to use something called strip silence, and we're going to hopefully pick a decent setting here that's going to remove anything that we don't want in there. It's going to automatically add fades, anything that we would need. So fade in, it should be okay. Let's try this. We can go a lot harder on that. Go negative 20 dB. Oh, that's better. Oh, we could go even more. Let's go negative 15. 15. Let's see if we're closer. Whoops. That's better. There we go. Alright, let's undo that real quick. I think we can go a little slower on the pre-roll. And the post roll. Okay. Apply. Cool. Let's undo that. We go a little bit longer on the post roll. Quicker on the pre. Oops. Longer on the post. Beautiful. That's how I would cut it up. That's exactly how it would look if I did it manually. Sweet. Alright, all we gotta do is make it sound good. So let's start with this guy right here. Set up a loop. All I'm gonna do is EQ and limiting. That's all I ever do for toms. It's the mid tom, so I leave it straight in the middle. Oh, here it is. These ones I might pan a little bit because of the way that the overheads are set up. Left and right, it's kind of set up like you're facing the drum kit. I usually do it backwards like I'm playing because I'm a drummer. But in this case, the high tom I'm gonna put on the right, the low tom I'm gonna put on the left. Typically don't do it like that, but that's how I'm gonna do it. So mid tom's gonna be right in the middle. Let's test it out. And I'm just gonna throw a little bit of EQ on it. Cool. Start a limiter on that. Kilohertz, can't go wrong. I have like 5 different limiters, but for some reason I keep going back to the kilohertz because it's so simple. Just to hold it in place, we'll bring it up actually to about 6. That's perfect. Let's go with tom 1, which we're going to pan to the left. Cool. I'm actually just going to copy and paste this. Let's change it up a little bit. Check the limiter. This one, it's going to go to the right. Cool. And then I'm actually going to flip this. Tom 3 here. And let's copy those settings. Now where is Tom 3? There it is. Cool. Perfect, I'll take it. Let's check them all out. This one out to the left. Perfect. These all go in a bus. Little tom bus. Alright, so now we got this. Check out kick, snare, overhead, tom. I'll take it. So far so good. Haven't even really done any leveling without the plugins. This is what we had originally, which isn't bad. It's a little bit of mixing now we have. Sounds good to me. Last but not least, we're going to throw in the room tracks, and then we'll call it good for today. Rooms left and right. Simple as that. Let's go left, right. Just check them out. Alright, over to work. We're going to throw these in a bus. Boom. And we'll solo those out. Okay. Let's get creative on this one. I don't really know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to grab probably one of the compressors within the virtual mix rack. Let's go to the extreme strip. Extreme strip. Drum crusher. Can't feel face. That sounds cool. Let's try that. Try another one. Room mics vintage. Try one more compressor. Really want to squash it. Custom Opto. Might try that. I'm gonna try the Bomber. I hear a lot of good stuff about it. This might be the one. No, it's not the Bomber, it's the Monster. Where's the Monster? Yes, that's it. Pull back on the mix. Same thing I did with the overheads. I'm going to make it a little bit wider. Mix tool. Cool. And then I can splice those in. So let's do a little bit of leveling. I usually level in mono. Hey, what's up? I just gotta level these overheads. Actually, I'm going to throw the room in first, and then I'll bring the overheads in. And let's throw the toms in last. We'll do the overheads. I usually do that. Good there. Might have to be creative with the room tracks on the snare or send them to verbs. It's not exactly how I want it, but Cool. Take it off mono. I might throw some sort of compression on the toms to get them really present. I think that'd be sick. Or what you can do is literally just go in here. You could throw a transient shaper on this too. Maybe throw a little bit of pump in that. A bit of that. A little clipping. Then those get those pretty present. That low one's not very loud. Where's that at? Number 3. Yeah, it's okay. It's just not coming out. Fix that with a little bit of EQ. I want the low in there. I think I cut it out. I want it in there. That's better. Put a little bit of tape saturation on the snare too. There are a lot of little things you could do. Sweet. Last but not least, we'll take all these tracks, throw them into one singular drum bus. And I'm probably going to go back and make changes too, but just for example purposes and trying to finish out these drums for the sake of time. Yeah, the drum room kind of sucks, so I'm actually going to send it out to my homemade drum room. So it'll be like drum room effects. And we'll do that when we get to it. But for now, I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to try to get a good mix here. There's a couple different things I like. The Shep's Omni channel, but also the Mix Hub is pretty sick. I'm not going to lie to you. Mix Hub's really sick. Add a little bit of mic for the saturation, console saturation. Whoa, you can hear the bass in there. They must have played this live. You can hear the bass in the drums. That's pretty sick. This is really loud. I'm gonna pull this down. I need a little bit of overheads in there. Throw a little bit of compression on there, just desk compression, 5-to-1. You put the noise in there, you're not going to hear it that much, but oh, it is really hot. Let's go -20. That adds cohesiveness, so test it out. I'm actually gonna leave that on. I kind of like that. Yeah, you need that saturation in there, so Adds a little bit of distortion and like excitement to the mix. I'm gonna pull the toms down a little bit. I'm actually gonna throw some sort of limiter on there. Why not go with kilohertz again? That was too much. Play with this thing. I like it. Alright, drum room FX. Usually don't do this. But the drum rooms sound like crap, so I'm gonna try it out. Use this late digital reverb thing. I don't even know what it's called. Is that it? FGX? No, Verb Suite Classics. Wow, I don't mind that. I don't know what that is. It's with the CLA AL2 drum verb. Alright, that's a good bit. We'll splice it in there. It's good. I like it. Alright, here's the before. Here's the after. Simple, not too much processing. The real fun part's when you put the bass and the guitar in. And I will do that tomorrow. Logging off.